young man who witnesses for God, called from his youth, ministering in the court. Isaiah, who's unafraid to stand up and witness.
Marriage, you know, we have this intimacy, and that's why the Lord created, you know, marriages from the very beginning. Now let's take a look at what is love, right? You do not change a person no matter how much you love them.
A vision, taking a trip into my future and seeing the desired end that I want, and then coming back into the present to make plans on how to get
They are bruised and broken and bleeding. And the priest was thinking about theological arguments. He was thinking about whether it's right or wrong to eat an egg laid by a chicken on the Sabbath. He was thinking, how far could you walk for a Sabbath day's journey? And here's some man, broken and bruised and bleeding and crying for help.
We want youngsters to make choices. We want them to make choices for Jesus. We want them to make choices in the culture that they live in, recognizing today you cannot go back. As much as we may even want to or not want to, we can't go back to another generation. We are where we are. Jesus said, remain in the world, but I pray you will be kept from the evil one. And we make choices.
You know, I asked my little friends to come up with me tonight for a reason, because all of you youth and young adults, and those of us who are older, we were all once children. And somebody prayed for us.
Some time ago, we had a claim that was brought by a lady because the pastor stood up in front of the church on Sabbath morning and he looked at her and he said, Mrs. So-and-so, when are you going to stop having your affair? Now, the problem was she wasn't having an affair. He was not telling the truth. And he defamed her. He said a lie. Disclosure of confidential information.
No, but it is a square wheel. You can't, the round wheels are in here. We have the solution in the church. We have the skills. We have the talents. We have the abilities. We have the capabilities. We have the resources. But we're using the wrong stuff. So the work is difficult.
The world is sick and tired of us trying to convict them and convert them and baptize them and behaviorize them. They needed something to eat and they needed something to drink. They were a stranger and needed to be taken in. They were naked and needed to be clothed. They were in prison and needed to be visited. But we did not. And now they are saying, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. They wanted to be loved, but we did not love them.
Because you get to see so many people from so many countries, so you know that you're not alone, that you belong to a very big family, and very diverse. I met people from the Caribbean, I met people from Canada, you know, so many in Australia, US and all that, so you find out that it's a very big, diverse group out there.
As for me, after this camp, I realized that I actually kind of separated from God. How to say? As in, although I serve in the church and I do my devotion every day, but I just found that when I face my friends in my school, when I share with them, I don't know how to share with them, and I can't really impact them. And after this camp, I found that actually I really need to have that relationship, and it reminded me of my first true love with God when I first knew Him, and I told myself that I really need to get back to the relationship, the true relationship with God.
Since I came here, every night Pastor, when he sees me, he asks me, so Joyce, have you grown spiritually?
so
My answer
loaded.
is yes. My answer is yes. All the seminars have touched me, including those with not so good speakers. So this Mark really said, you're given spiritual gifts, but if you don't abide with God, your spiritual gifts won't grow and won't develop. So I was thinking about how He has blessed me with musical talents, and it really doesn't matter how much I practice or how hard, but if my focus is not right and it's not with God, no matter how hard I work, it won't do me any good. I won't improve, and I won't be able to touch people with my music. So all this has told me that I have to be closer to God, and it has helped me a lot spiritually. So I'm going to revamp my life.
Okay.
I got to learn quite a lot of things from the seminar. Like, back in Singapore, a lot of people will look at me and then say, wow, top student, all this kind of thing, it's got everything going for him, got bright future, this kind of thing. But look at what I've been doing in the church. All these bright things, they don't matter. When I come to realize that I've almost no passion of telling people about God, makes you wonder why. And then I think the pastor said why already. Yeah. So it gives me something to think about.